Okay, so voices carry. Yeah, we look at this thanks to Ted, right? Ted sent this across. Uh, it is the new film from Abby Brenker and Ellyn Vander Wyden. They wrote and directed. The film is produced by Jeff Ayars, Abby Brenker, Ellyn Vander Wyden, and Mauricio Vasquez. It is executive produced by W. Scott Kendrick, Jeremy Holm, associate produced by Yoni Azulay, and Lawrence Trailer. Simon Tafiq took care of the music. Maurice Vasquez is also on cinematography. James Clark Barton edits the piece, with Mary Clay Boland on casting. We have got Lily Boyles with production design. Okay, so let's go to our cast. Right, so Sam is played by Gia Crovatin. We have got Jack, her husband, played by Jeff Ayers. Her dad, Kevin, is voiced by Dwayne Hill. Her old neighbor, friend Henry, is played by Jeremy Holm. We've got the Clark. She's played April, played by Geraldine Singer. We've got the sheriff, played by Dana Berger. Sam's therapist is played by Alexandra Ray. Matt is played by Robert Aberdeen. And we've got Nicola Fragola as the lady. The gist of the film is this, okay? Looking for a new beginning, Sam and Jack leave Boston and move into Sam's childhood home on a picturesque lake in New Hampshire. Despite the natural beauty and the small town charm, the couple struggles to adjust. Sam wrestles with her stagnant career and is forced to confront the traumatic events of her past. Their uneasy transition becomes even more unsettling when Henry, a peculiar, lifelong local and neighbor, raises suspicion. When Sam discovers a necklace she believes belonged to her late mother and an antique diary, she begins to suspect that the spirit of an ancient ancestor is trying to reach her. So, yeah, it's all very spooky, right? This is also the feature directorial debut from Abby and Ellyn, so props for, getting a film off the ground, and I think when you look at it, it does have that feel, right, and vibe of a psychological horror. Tonally it works, all of these things, which is good. You've got this location that's isolated, it's beautiful but also bleak. So you're thinking on that front, everything is lining up, It felt like a good setup that doesn't quite get to the finish line. You know, I think there's a load of questions that I think are just there. Like, mainly, why don't they just leave the house? Right? Why doesn't Sam leave, to be precise? Because there is options on the table, you know, because I think sometimes you have these films and people, you know, they're stuck. There's nothing they can do, and you're just like, oh, fuck, yeah. But then when you have a situation where technically the person could have left, you end up scratching your head and being like, why don't you leave, you know? I mean, also, we have a thing where she has an incident in the water, but then goes back in the water, and it's not really addressed, right? Now, she could have this distinct reason, but you'd think when her husband, when, you know, Jack finds out, like, surely you say something. Be like, yo, why did you go back in? What about last time? You were shook up. Like, why would you? And then you get the, oh, well, blah, 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 you know, something. Right? But I don't believe that this incident could have happened without that being asked. You know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes it just comes down to the logic of the situation, and that's it, right? So if you're not leaving, if you're not addressing, like, certain things, it makes it hard to buy the rest, right? And that is one of the issues with the film, right? It's hard to buy after a point because you're just like, what about these things? You know, like, what about everything? And then there's just some odd interactions, right, with Henry. And you would think, I mean, someone says something, right? Like, there's no way you don't say something. And, you know, it's not a disrespect. Like, with a friend, you know, you'd be like, yo, what is wrong with you, man? Like, why are you doing that? Or, hey, is everything cool? You know, like you'd come at it in some way, but certain things get asked. Things get addressed. And yeah, that's where I just kept on hitting that point all the way through. You know, like, just with certain scenarios that just don't quite feel right. I mean, even the relationship, I don't know if you fully, you know, buy Sam and Jack. I don't know if you just, if it really comes across as if they're a couple. There is an odd incident where they're talking and Sam's in the bath. And you do kind of scratch your head, like, I don't know if this is actually needed, right? Do we need to see Sam in the bath? Or do we need this angle of Sam in the bath? You know what I mean? Because it's not adding anything to the film. It's not adding anything to your emotional impact and draw to Sam. So why do we have her in the bath? You know what I mean? Like that. And since we do have two, you know, ladies writing and directing, it is one of those things. It is like, how come you chose this? You know, there might be a really good reason that I've missed, but I don't know. I didn't quite see it myself, you know? But yeah, voices carry. It is playing at, what's the name of the the festival, which it is at. Ted did let me know, which is where did I log this name? CineQuest. Yes. It's playing at CineQuest this weekend, having its world premiere. After that, I imagine there will be more dates. I don't have them at present, but as soon as I get them, I'll add that to the website. Okay, people? But, you know, I think if you... what? Yeah, it was Ravens. There was a film we looked at about Edgar Allan Poe, right? I feel that one kind of feels along the lines of this. So yeah, I think if that spoke to you, if actually, right, the dead things, yeah, we looked at that a couple of weeks ago. I think if that works for you, then you'll enjoy voices carry. It's along those lines, you know what I mean? So yeah, people, voices carry.